So, lads, today we're talking about something, and it's a really, really weird answer given by Stephanie White. And for me, I'm always a little bit iffy on this organization. Like, I actually don't question Stephanie White's ability to coach basketball. I'm really, really iffy on this organization, and I actually think, in general, I'm not saying that there's a rift between Caitlin Clark and the players on her team because there is not. There's not. But every week we see something that's not necessarily Caitlin saying she wants out, but like we're very, very far from, this organization is trying to be the premier organization in women's sports, and I want to play in Indiana for the rest of my career. Like that talk has really, really died down. That talk has really, really died down. And then you've heard a few things from inside the Fever organization, and maybe like even a little bit beforehand, from start of the year, where like they're saying that Caitlin Clark isn't their organization, and we're more than Caitlin Clark basically. But this is a really weird answer that Stephanie White gave about Caitlin Clark. And by the way, this is not like an out of the blue thing. During the game, Caitlin Clark won an ESPY. She won an ESPY during the game. So clearly Stephanie White knows about it. Let's take a listen.
Noticed or heard about it, but during the game, Caitlin got honored as the WNBA Player of the Year in the ESPYs. Just what does it mean to have her impact so far? I mean, there are a lot of really good players in this league, and she got honored as the best player in the league by the ESPYs.
Yeah, I mean, obviously she continues to get new awards. She continues to break barriers. She continues to do things that we haven't seen before. I mean, obviously you think about the Stewies MVPs of the league, and championship winners, and Asia's MVPs of the league and championship winners, and of course Steward, who was sitting in the building today, and
I don't know what the point is of being like, we've got these MVP championship winners. You got all these people, Sue Bird, and I'm like, okay, first of all, Sue Bird is not an WNBA MVP. But at the same time, like, you were asked a question about Caitlin Clark. You've done the Kathy Engelbert. You've pulled the Kathy Engelbert. Which, if you don't know what pull a Kathy Engelbert is that every single time she's asked a question about Caitlin Clark, she starts talking about Angel Reese. Every time she's asked a question about Paige Bueckers, she starts talking about Kiki Uriafen. Like, she literally, it's like everything. Every time she gets asked a question about a specific player, she goes and twists her answer to start talking about other players. And I don't know, is this like some sort of, well, you won it. You don't get too big headed. Don't get too big headed. These are all champions and MVPs, and you're not. Like, I think she kind of knows that. And she kind of knows she's got to win a championship. Because at the end of the day, if you've ever seen Caitlin Clark and just seen how the way she functions, like, she had the greatest individual, like, NCAA tournament run in the women's side of all time. Of all time, like, no question about it, actually, considering what way we're expected to be. She had the best run of all time. And they beat a South Carolina team that actually might be the greatest college team of all time. Like, that South Carolina team, I'm sorry, is as good as any of Stewie's. That South Carolina team with Aaliyah Boston, they had 10 WNBA players. And Caitlin Clark went and beat them, essentially by herself in that game.
Caitlin is so fortunate, as well as all these guys, really. I mean, that they don't know anything any different than the WNBA, right? Like, they've seen their idols play. They work their asses off to get to where they are, and to be able to be honored, whether it's the ESPYs or whether it's league awards or whether it's All-Star or whatever. I just think they continue to then lead the way for the other young players that are watching. So we're proud of Caitlin. An ESPY is a big thing, and we're going to continue to support her. But at the end of the day, for our team and our group, yes, we have momentum. Yes, we have one of the greatest players in the game, but collectively we got to put it together. And we've got to continue to lean on one another and be better.
Like, she's wearing an Aaliyah Boston t-shirt. It's fine to, celebrate your players. And I understand, like, your team just lost a game. and Aaliyah Boston sucked, and you're wearing an Aaliyah Boston t-shirt, which is a good thing to do. Aaliyah Boston on W Slam cover. Celebrate Aaliyah Boston. The whole team wearing Aaliyah Boston t-shirts. I love seeing that. I love seeing the team celebrate Aaliyah Boston. But, like, why is it that you just can't... Why is a question about Caitlin Clark turned into... Why is Sue Bird being mentioned? Why is... It's good that... Why is... You're basically asked, you know, Caitlin Clark wins WNBA Player of the Year. What do you think about that? It's great that there's a WNBA, isn't there? That's essentially what she said. You know these other players, Stewie and Aja have won championships and won MVPs and finals MVPs. And it's great there's a WNBA. That's the gist of what I got. She's lucky there's a WNBA. I guess this is her coach. This is her coach. Sandy Brondolo will talk more positively about Caitlin than you do. Sandy Brondolo is the coach of your opponent. Sandy Brondolo is literally the coach of your opponent. And she will talk more, like, better about Caitlin Clark than you. Like, it just does not, in general, it just doesn't make sense what is going on. Like, why is it not okay? Just answer a question about Caitlin Clark. Answer a question about Caitlin Clark. You can literally, you want to say, oh no, we need to be more together. You can literally answer the question. You could have said something like, congratulations, or even, it's a huge achievement winning an ESPYs. She's one of the best young players in the game. And then even if you wanted to just randomly answer a different question, you could. Oh, you could have just ended it there. And you're like, it's like, we need to lean on that. We all need to lean together as a team because individual awards are great, but the main focus here is to go and win a championship, which is our main focus. You could have just done anything. You could have literally just done anything, and not just started mentioning other players out of nowhere. Not essentially being like saying that she should just be glad that there's a WNBA. Like, what is that? What is actually going on? What is actually going on? Like, I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea what's happening. Like, we saw obviously the WNBA Player of the Year yesterday. We saw that at the ESPYs. We saw all of that. But, like, why is there a literal refusal? Just a refusal to just not talk about, to just talk about Caitlin Clark when you're asked a question about Caitlin Clark. That's fine to do. It's fine to praise your other players. Aaliyah Boston, by the way, has been fantastic. She's been fantastic. You're wearing an Aaliyah Boston t-shirt. When Aaliyah Boston gets an award, you're not like, it's not, what about all the players? What about all the players? Like, you're not, like, she's literally not far off saying, why could the entire WNBA not have won the ESPY? She's not far off saying that. And she's also not far off saying Age and Stewie deserved it more. Like, she's not said that. She's not even made any implication. She's not made any implication. But the next step to what she has done is saying that. Do I think Stephanie White believes Caitlin Clark deserves the award? Hell no. Do I think Caitlin Clark deserved the award? Probably no. It's a popularity contest, though, at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, like, bringing up other players instead of celebrating Caitlin Clark is literally a reason why fans resent this league. And the current Indiana Fever people, the front office, the coaches, it seems to be a lot of that. Why can Caitlin Clark not get her flowers? When Angel Reese gets on a 2K cover, you see everything. You see the whole stand getting t-shirts with Angel Reese 2K cover. When Leah Boston's on W Slam, the whole team is wearing t-shirts. When Caitlin Clark gets awards, it's nothing. When Caitlin Clark is on Slam, when on the actual Slam, it's nothing. When Caitlin Clark wins some awards, she gets a tweet. Caitlin Clark when there's an award, Caitlin Clark gets a tweet. It's really weird, and I don't think this is from a player perspective. We've seen a lot of players sharing the ESPY award. I don't think this is a player situation. I don't think this is this is one of those things that it's the players on the team. And I mean this when I say this. I will not be out there talking negatively on these Fever players. Because I think these Indiana Fever players are trying. I think they're trying. I think these teams have like they're together. I think they want to win. And I think they know they need Caitlin to win. It's just a weird situation all around. But anyway, I'll see you guys.